Roblox, everybody's favorite little hellspawn from their childhoods. I remember putting an embarrassing amount of time into Roblox as a kid. I haven't really been playing Roblox for the past 5 years or so, since it's beyond recognition at this point. I mean, I only play it sometimes when me and my friends are wait, did I just say 5 years? Jesus Christ, I'm getting old. Anyways, you wanna know something fun I used to do in Roblox? I used to make games. I used to think I could make it big as a Roblox game developer and make tons of money and never have to work an actual day in my life. I was so naive. You know what? Why don't we go back and play what little old me thought would make her a zillionaire? That'll be fun. These games range from literally nothing to outstanding pieces of interpretive art. I hope you'll stick with me on this journey. It'll be fun. I hope. Now, let's see here. The first game on our list is... There's literally nothing. But that's kind of the point. It was the first thing I really made on Roblox, so I didn't really know what I was doing. And the whole kind of point of the joke was the fact that it was Imagination Simulator, and you were supposed to imagine you having fun playing the game. Which is really stupid, but I don't know. It's funny, I guess. You know what I mean, imagining a thrilling city roleplay or the best survival horror game you've ever played. Really, it is the most limitless game you've ever played. With infinite possibilities and no bound for your creativity. Go wild! Play Imagination Simulator, please. I mean, there's not really much I can say about, well, nothing, so I guess let's move on to the next one. And what's one work of art without its companion piece? Well, here it is. This one's also pretty much nothing, but with the power of free models, I can give you something to look at. Reality Simulator was supposed to be the much darker, grimmer sequel. You were no longer in the world of imagination. Now you're stuck in your real life, working your day job over and over again. Forced to live in your deadbeat job and no chance of survival. Your only choices are to stay a slave to your computer, or jump off and end it all. Well, that's what Past Me wanted you to take from this game. But honestly, it's really bad. It's a bunch of free models and keyboard clacking sound effects. Thank God, there's only one more place that's literally nothing that we have to look at. Anyway, speaking of nothing. You are water, the ground is water, and the sky isn't water. That's the game. That's water. Well, now we're done with all the nothing games, we can actually start talking about things that have a bit of substance. Not really, they're all still kind of bad and basic, but at least I have some things to say about it this time. Have you ever wanted to walk in a straight line for about, like, a minute or so, just to see a coming soon sign for an update that never came out? Well then, Walking Simulator is for you. It was supposed to be a nice walk in the park, but it's really just a grass-based plate with a bunch of free model trees slapped along the edges, and then a fence to a Hell World update that I was going to add as the second part of Walking Simulator, which would have just been more holding forward, just with apocalyptic fire trees and burning houses, and it was going to be, ooh, so scary. But I don't think I ever had the motivation to do it. But I was, like, proud of this when I made it, which was fair. I think I made it more ironically than anything. It was supposed to be a social hangout kind of thing, you know, walk with your friends, chat, have fun, with a question mark. But obviously none of that ever happened, and I forgot about Walking Simulator's existence. Until a few minutes ago. Now let's see here, what one do we have? Oh, this one's a good one! This is a good one! This is what I actually want to talk about! The Fungus and Friends talk show was made for a very select group of friends back in 2019. It was made because we were bored and we wanted something to do on Roblox. If you thought Walking Simulator had enough free models, just have a look at my talk show. It's free model hell. It has it all. A bar, a vending machine, a front desk, FNAF cameras, Infinite from Sonic Forces, and an egg robo, a working computer, a walking vending machine, what the fuck, seats, and even a playground for the audience to mess around in. It is really the most fun you could ever have on a Roblox game. Yeah, I'm actually quite fond of this one, mainly because of all the memories I have with it. Inviting my friends onto the stage and talking about our deepest, darkest secrets to all our other friends. I'd hear their constructive criticism and add even more free models to make it even better. I remember holding a farewell party for a friend I thought I'd never see again, which they obviously joined back in like an hour, but still, those small memories really mean a lot and stick with you in the long run, especially while growing up. In the end, this really was my favorite thing I ever made on Roblox, even if it was intended for 7 or 8 people only. But why is it called the Gold Edition? What happened to the old one that made me abandon it? You may have known what happened to the Avengers when Thanos snapped half the people off the planet, but what about Moto Moto? His loving wife, the female hippo from Madagascar, who I forgot the name of, unfortunately didn't make it. Moto Moto, unsure what to do without his loving wife, seeks out Thanos in revenge. Moto Moto was smart enough to know not to go on alone. That's why he learned a new skill, mitosis. With the power of mitosis and a buff noob on his side, he could definitely face Thanos and his army of rats that he suddenly acquired. And for some reason, this giant bloodbath of a war took place right outside the old studio for the talk show. I watched the battle. It was a bloodbath. There were hardly any survivors. The battle still rages on to this day. The remaining Moto Motos are still fighting for the female hippo from Madagascar that I forgot the name of still. Always so close to taking out Thanos and his rat army, yet no matter how many Moto Motos get thrown at it, it can never defeat them. That's why we had to move studios. It was too dangerous to live there. We would have died. Well, at least I think that's what happened. I have no clue, I just made that up on the spot. Now, all of that lore that happened with the talk show, that happened in about a week, and after that week we kinda just forgot about it. But I wasn't ready to let the talk show go, alright? I wanted to give it another chance. I made a sequel, I completely redid the offices, and I added a whole new part on top of it. No one ever played it. It was never released. It was lost to time. It was vanished, no trace, and we went back to playing Gary's mod for 170 hours. But I'm sick of it living in the shadows. I want it to be appreciated for the work of art it truly was. This is. Now when you first load in, it looks pretty much the same, but I promise you it's much more different than you think. We have more computers in the office area, a DJ booth, and a fat grandpa in a wheelchair called Juan. Wait a minute. Those aren't the only changes in the sequel though. You can actually leave the talk show, and once you go up a small staircase, you can find that I have an entire free model water park for you to play around in. Man, it was so awesome. I wish people played in it, but I just was never bothered to finish it, and I don't think anybody cared about it anyway. But while I was exploring the water park with Juan, I started to think about things. I was thinking about how those times I spent with my friends playing around in these Roblox games and just fucking around in Gary's mod, they were 5 years ago at this point. I thought about how nice it was and how much fun I used to have, but they're all in the past now and I can't go back to it. That then sent me down a spiral, thinking about all the fun things I used to do with my friends and how I wish I could go back and relive them. But then, I thought about something else. It's important to remember your memories and keep them close to you as they remind you how you used to be and all the good times you used to have in your life. But it's also important not to get stuck in the past and wish you could go back, because that's not going to get you anywhere. You'll always have to move on and live in the present, not the future or the past. And I'm sure however many memories I have of my friends in the past, I'm going to make even better ones in the future. And I'm so excited for that. And I know that no matter what happens to me, or whatever bad things happen, I always have them to fall back on. They are really the best parts of my life. So thank you. If any of you, my friends, are watching this video, thank you for being there for me. You truly are amazing. And even if you're just a random person watching this, thank you for being here as well. Anyway, that was way too sentimental for a stupid fucking Roblox video, am I right? Now I hear you asking, but what about that PT ripoff you made where there was just no looping corridor, so you held forward throughout a dark hallway for like 2 minutes? And that's when I would reply,